Okay, let's see. And we are live. Welcome everyone who is watching this webinar. We would like to warmly welcome you to the EMR15 SCOPH Preparatory webinar. Today I am joined with the SCOPH EMR15 sessions team who will introduce themselves a little bit later. And my name is Katja and I'm the current SCOPH director for this term. So just to swiftly move on, a little bit about what is going to happen throughout this meeting. We're going to talk a little bit about what is SCOPH and what is the EMR regional meeting. We're going to swiftly dive into the pre-EMR as well and talk a little bit about the PHLT on mental health that will be happening in a few short days. Then we're going to go with you through the general agenda and the SCOPH sessions agenda, introduce the sessions team to you and go a little bit deeper into the SCOPH sessions that they prepared so wonderfully for all of you. And last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about what to bring and how to come prepared to the meeting. And also at the end, we're going to be accepting some questions from the participants and from everyone who is watching this webinar. So how to submit your questions, just send them on the YouTube feed and we will answer them at the end. Feel free to ask whatever is interesting to you and whatever you wish to ask. We will be happy to answer as many questions as possible. Okay, a little bit about SCOPH, because we're not sure if we will have lots of SCOPH rookies or we will have lots of vintage SCOPHeroes present there. But our Standing Committee on Public Health is basically there to promote public and global health with different educational activities and peer education and so on. And SCOPH is then divided into several different aspects. We work in SCOPH internationally, regionally, nationally, and then also locally. So everything that we do as students and future healthcare professionals basically translates into our efforts to promote public health as a whole. Not to bore you too much about SCOPH, because I'm sure that if you have applied for the SCOPH sessions, you already know a lot about SCOPH and you're interested in public health. And I'm really, really happy to have you in our SCOPH sessions at the EMR15. So the EMR meeting, it's going to be a very, very memorable experience for all of us. And it's going to happen in the amazing Oman, who is hosting us this year. And the EMR meeting, as the regional meeting of the East Mediterranean region, is one of the IFMSA meetings that happen every term. So IFMSA NMOs, national member organizations, have 2 conventions a year that are general assemblies, and they happen in March and August. But between those meetings in different months, each of the 5 IFMSA regions also holds their annual regional meeting. And the 5 regions are Africa, Americas, Asia Pacific, Europe, and of course, EMR. Every regional meeting is then attended by around 300 medical students and also other healthcare students. So you will have a lot of people to meet, a lot of people to discuss public health and global health stuff with. And it's a wonderful, unique opportunity to learn, discuss, collaborate, exchange ideas, experiences, and basically make friendships that last for a lifetime. Also, we're going to tackle important regional health issues, not just in sessions, but also in the EMR meeting as a whole. And we have an amazing theme event also coming up. And in the meeting, we're also going to take some decisions in the plenaries that will guide the work of the region for the next year. And the EMR meeting, as every single time, it's going to be very beneficial to every single one of us. It's going to be fun, memorable, and really, really enjoyable. As I promised, before the EMR meeting, there's also going to be the pre-event, and each regional meeting usually has a pre-event that offers different capacity building workshops to the members of the region, so everyone can apply and attend it. This year we have 5 different workshops that were selected based on different regional priorities: the EMR strategy that lasts from 2018 to 2021, and of course the NMO consultation that the NMO presidents were involved in. For this pre-EMR meeting, I am now showing you the agenda of the whole event, but we're not going to delve much deeper into this because different workshops have a little bit different schedules that fit into this general one. But for the pre-EMR, SCOPH is actually offering our own SCOPH standardized workshops, public health leadership training on mental health, that is going to be delivered by Gaida, our wonderful SCOPH regional assistant for the EMR, also joined by Saad, who is the external assistant for the EMR region, and by myself. And I'm very honored to be there with you. So the PHLT on mental health will focus on empowering leaders who wish to work in public and global health field and bring change to their communities, especially as leaders and voices to bring about a change. And a PHLT has 3 different pillars that basically make the grounds and the basis of this workshop. So the first one is activity management, the second one is the leadership, and the third one is public health. And this PHLT is actually focused on one specific public health topic, and that is mental health, because mental health stigma is still very important and devastating in the EMR region. And for us, it felt very important to address it at this point. And the EMR region is sadly considered still an unstable ground of political and economic conflict, which impacts our mental disorder spectrum and also how we talk about mental health, how open we are about it, and also how can we as future healthcare professionals and as healthcare students actually work on the topic. So the pre-EMR will start happening in a couple of short days and will be hosted over the 3rd of February until the 6th. Now going on, I'm gonna leave the microphone to my assistant Gaida now.
Okay, thank you, Katya, for that amazing intro. Hello, everyone. This is Gaida, your current SCOPH RA for the EMR. And I'm more than happy to be showing you this presentation and helping you throughout it to feel more prepared for the upcoming EMR and SCOPH sessions. So as you can see in this slide, guys, there's the schedule, the general agenda of the EMR15. I will not go through it thoroughly because it has been presented and explained in the previous EMR15 webinar. The link is already provided on the Facebook page. So just briefly, we have to mention that in the morning, we have they have sessions starting at 9 on the 3 days, the day 1, 2, and 3, from the 7th till the 9th. It will be 2 hours duration, followed by breakfast and another set of sessions. Of course, we mean SCOPH sessions for 1 hour and a half. Now, the second day do have an extra SCOPH session, which is going to be a joint session with SCORA. We're going to discuss it later on in the slides. As for the day 3, we also have an extra session as well of an hour and a half for an extra SCOPH session. So this is an overview of the whole agenda. Of course, it's going to include other components that we are related to, like the activities presentations and the activities fair, and we'll also go through these briefly at the end of the presentation. So now let's go to the important part. In the next slide, please, Katya. So as you can see, this is the SCOPH sessions agenda, and it's pretty self-explanatory. As you can see, there's a theme for every day, starting by the first being a warm welcoming. The 2 sessions, as stated in the previous agenda, the first is going to be an intro to the Orange world, and it's going to incorporate the first part of the non-communicable disease session. It will be followed after the break with the continuation of the same session as well, and it's going to be advanced. For the second day, we have the Who Run the World theme. It will start by a SCOPH external session showcasing the external opportunities of SCOPH, followed by an advanced as well as a beginner session on mental health, and we'll end it with, as previously mentioned, a joint session with SCORA on HPV. Let's talk communicable disease. As for the third day, also themed Health for All, incorporating topics that involve several stakeholders to tackle one public health issue. So the first session is going to be about universal health coverage, leave no one behind. It will include also a part for the input of the participants. Second, we have one on AMR, it's in your hands, and we'll end it with the topic of advocacy on climate change. So moving on to meet our amazing sessions team, we're going to be presenting the sessions later on. Next session, please, Katja. Next slide. All right, here we go. Those are our SCOPHeroes that have been working really hard for the past month and a half. As you can see, we have Asad, Muhammad, and Ali from LAMSIC Lebanon, IFMSA Egypt, and IFMSA Iraq, respectively. They will introduce themselves as well. The session team also includes myself, hi, and Katja, the amazing Katja that started this presentation, our SCOPH director from Slovenia. So let's go through now the next slide and the session's description. As previously mentioned in the agenda, we're going to go through each session and describe it to make it clearer for the participants when they attend and to feel more prepared, as also found in the survival kit. Now, I should mention that all the topics mentioned in the agenda were based on our regional as well as international priorities as SCOPH. They also run around the theme of the EMR, which is the occupational health of immigrants and refugees. So we're going to see a lot of examples regarding this topic. So again, the first day we're welcoming. The first session is going to be about like an intro to the world of SCOPH. Please, next slide, Katja. Okay. So it's going to run around several topics related to SCOPH regionally and internationally. Of course, the attendees are going to have the chance to break the ice, get acquainted with the following topics: internal and external structure of SCOPH, strategies, policies that we have, the programs related to us, and of course, our professional SCOPH exchange. It will also help ground the knowledge of the participants on the essentials of SCOPH to convey it in their NMOs with their members. It's going to be a very interesting session. We might even be visiting other rooms. We're going to incorporate a lot of energizers. So yes, be excited for that. As for the second session, it's going to be presented by the rest of the sessions team. So,
hey, for the Let's Talk NCD session, it will be facilitated by me, Ali Al-Sabti from IFMSA Iraq, MPO from IFMSA Iraq, and my friend Mohammed Mamdouh, MPO from IFMSA Egypt. It will be an advanced session in order to refine the abilities of SCOPHeroes about this topic. It will be started by a brief introduction to NCDs and the risk factors, followed by small working group activities based on discussing the major parts of WHO action plans of NCDs and trying to get a well-established action and trying to get well-established plans to strengthen the implementation of those plans on the EMR countries and NMOs, so we can get more familiar with WHO approaches regarding the NCDs and highlighting a well-established NCD advocacy activities. Also, the introduction will include tackling a nice topic, will be the social determinants of health. It will be discussed through fun activities and games. Next slide.
So day 2, guys, the team is going to be who run the world. And we're going to start by the first session about SCOPH externally. It is going to be presented by Muhammad.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Mohammed Mamdouh, IFMSA Egypt MPO, and a member of this wonderful sessions team. SCOPH externally will be our amazing regional assistant. It will be facilitated by Ghaida, me, and Mr. Tariq Isdin, our liaison officer for external public health issues. Of course, everyone wants to know what does SCOPH do outside IFMSA, how are we represented externally, and there is no better opportunity than this session to know everything about our external representation from the most important person in external representation in SCOPH, Mr. Tariq, our liaison officer. And additionally, we'll be working on a simulation for the World Health Assembly, which is, I guess, really interesting for everyone. and a golden opportunity for everyone, like a dream for everyone to attend. So this simulation will include, it will be based mainly on the theme of the smoking cessation policies. We'll be simulating this World Health Assembly, and we'll be understanding how the dynamics go in WHO. So it's such a great opportunity for us to know more about the external representation of SCOPH and about the World Health Assembly, which are really important for SCOPH and for the SCOPH heroes all over the world. So this is about the SCOPH externally session.
So for Mind Your Mind session, it will be facilitated by me and my friend Asad Haidar, NPO from Lebanon, Lamzik, Lebanon. This session will be divided into two parts, the basic or beginner's part, and then an advanced part, which will be the prize of this session. For the basic part, we'll be introducing broad lines of mental health in a cool interactive aspects, and discussing the basic mental health issues in the EMR countries, relating them to and relating this session to our EMR theme event, which will be a nice topic during this session, talking about refugees' mental health. And for the last part of the basic part, it will be about tackling some treatment gaps of mental health issues in the EMR, stigmas and things like that. And then we will be shifting to the advanced part with my friend Asad.
Okay, hey guys. Basically, like we said, we split it into two parts, basic and advanced, just so we can level you out with all the basic information. And then we're going to step into a bigger part, which is an advanced part. I'm not going to tell you what the topic is because I want it to be a surprise, but I am going to tell you what we're expecting from you. We're expecting from you to come with an open mind and the willingness to learn, because what we're going to be introducing is a very brand new topic which can help you elevate your projects and activities regarding mental health in your region. The topic is not that advanced. We simplified it down so you guys all can contribute to it. So when you come to our session, please, please, please come with a lot of activities in mind regarding mental health so we can all elevate them together. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our joint session with SCORA. As you can see, guys, this session is going to be facilitated by myself and the SCORA regional assistant for the EMR. It's going to also involve the collaboration from the HPV MENA coalition, providing us with a lot of resources to be used in the session. So basically, it's going to incorporate the following points and notions, starting by the prevention and control of HPV transmission. That's going to be presented by SCORA Mendy, followed by empowering the accessibility to protective and screening measures that are present in the current healthcare system, specifically in the EMR region, of course. We're going to also showcase the barriers facing the limitations of this disease and its consequences with realistic examples, and which will end with a hands-on practice to incite people to start their own activities in their own animals regarding this topic and to tackle it really from a deeper perspective from its roots. So moving on to the third day, the theme of it, as previously stated, is health for all. I do like to mention that, of course, our SCOPH director is going to be present with us throughout the whole session. They're going to be more directly involved in the introduction, external representation, and as well as other sessions. So for this day, we have first the AMR topic.
Okay, so Muhammad is back again. So concerning the AMR session, I will be facilitating it with Ghaida, and we'll be working on increasing the knowledge of the participants regarding the pre- and post-antibiotic eras, the complications of AMR, how does AMR evolve, the stakeholders involved in AMR, how should we advocate for AMR, everything about the AMR. But the difference is between our session and any other AMR session that it's really interactive, so much activities, so much creativity, and so much fun. So this session will help us develop our knowledge about this topic and our advocacy and networking skills regarding such a regional priority for SCOPH. and international priority, of course, for the public health all over the world. So stay tuned for this session.
Okay, and now we're starting with the universal health coverage session. This session is facilitated by myself and with the beautiful Ghaida. This session is titled Leaving No One Behind because this is exactly what this topic is about. In our region, this topic is not discussed thoroughly and sometimes we tend to neglect it and our activities don't tackle it that much. This could be due to the fact that we are not exposed to this topic very much, and for some people it's true. So we decided to bring this topic to the EMR and to discuss it all of us and to actually learn its building blocks together in a very interactive and very simplified way. That way, when we go back, each of us, to our NMOs, we're able to tackle these issues and be able to form strategies to start implementing UHC in our own countries. The UHC session is going to be very interactive and full of very active interactions between us. So come prepared and come energetic for this session, and you're going to really love this topic. It's one of my favorite topics, actually. And then the last session will be advocacy for climate change. This session is facilitated by myself and by the amazing Mohammed as well. As you know, being a SCOPH hero, a big part of it is advocating for policies, advocating for topics that are very important, whether it's for AMR, whether it's for mental health, or by introducing a new topic as well, which is climate change. You're going to be learning all the foundational parts of advocacy through activities and through interactional small working groups. And through that, you'll be able to learn how to properly advocate for a certain topic. You'll also learn how to map stakeholders and form strategic advocacy plans. And what's more important than that, it will allow you to form your activities to project, to advocacy campaigns. So it's going to be very interesting for you to become a true SCOPH hero with a lot of change-making skills. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your amazing descriptions. And now moving on to give you a little bit of orange tips before coming to the EMR. So first, we'd like to ask you to contact your MPOs in case you have any activities that were applied to the activities fair or presentations. Also, please do bring anything orange you've got to wear or to accessorize, but please try to make them reusable because we're trying to stay green as always in every GA or regional meeting. Also, please do a quick research regarding the policies and regulations in your own NMOs to feel more incorporated throughout the session, to interact and to make the session deeper and more interactive. We'd like also to ask you to bring your own reusable water bottle and coffee mug because we do not want to use any plastic products. And as you will see later on in the sessions, we do have a SCOPH wall, a wall just dedicated to showcase your own amazing activities. So do bring a lot of posters and photos to hang them on it. And in case you want to bring any souvenirs for your fellow participants or anybody there in the MR, we like sweets, guys. If you can bring some, we don't mind, as well as other souvenirs. Try to make them eco-friendly. Of course, we do advise you to sleep well, be always on time, please be punctual, and interact as much as you can with your full enthusiasm and SCOPH energy. In case of any questions or queries or requests, please do contact myself or the sessions team or the director through the contact info we're going to be providing you on the WhatsApp group as well as on the Facebook group. Which brings us to the last point, which is basically joining the Facebook group and subscription to the server. The details of that are present in the survival kit in the last page, as well on the previous communication channels I just mentioned. So moving on to the few parts of the EMR that actually involve us directly. We have the activities fair, guys, also previously explained in the EMR webinar. A lot of you are going to have a chance to stand on your own, to stand and showcase your own work with a lot of posters, a lot of maybe brochures you've used in your own activities. You have plenty of those, and everybody can wander around and get acquainted with a lot of different activities and ideas that they can actually initiate in their own NMOs. Luckily, as you can see in the next slide, we do have the highest representation in the activities fair, more than 40%. So I'm quite proud of our MPOs as well as general SCOPH heroes of the EMR. Do have a chance to go visit all the stands, and also bear in mind that we're going to have judges also wandering on those stands and evaluating the work and how it has been implemented. As for the second event that also is directly related to us, have the activities representation. Activities representations is different from the activities fair is that only 10 activities are selected to discuss their activity in a 5 minute presentation, followed by a question and answers from a panel of judges to also evaluate the activity, measure its impact, and also get to know more details about the methodology. The winners of the activities fair as well as activities presentation are usually announced in the closing ceremony. So hopefully we're going to be involved in that. As for activities presentation, again, luckily, as you can see in the next slide, most of the activities that got accepted as well by our regional chief and the OC were from SCOPH, several from different animals, whether it's from Kuwait, Lebanon, Jordan, Morocco, or Oman. So you guys really should be proud again because of that. Thank you guys for listening to us. Hopefully we made you feel more ready for the EMR. If you have any questions, again, as mentioned by Katya, you can leave it in the feed or contact us personally. Do not forget to go through the survival kit that has been posted and shared with everyone. It has all the details we just explained to you, but we like to showcase them and detail them in a video to make it more accessible. So thank you all for watching, and we'll be waiting your questions. Okay, let's see if there's anything there. We're receiving a lot of love right now on the feed. One more minute and we'll go offline. Sessions team, would you like to say anything to end our webinar?
I just want to say I'm very excited to meet every single SCOPH hero, and I can't wait to make this EMR the best EMR yet. So bring your orange love with you, and it's going to be amazing.
Yay.
Stay tuned. It will be the most amazing SCOPH sessions in the world.
Yes, and for me, I guess it will be the best ending.
Hopefully it will. Thank you guys again, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you, Katya.
Thank you very much for watching this webinar. And in case you have any questions, as Gaida mentioned before, you can always reach any of us in the sessions team. And we will see you in about a week in Oman. Take care and bye-bye.